Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aseem Singhal, and today I'm going to discuss with you a great strategy which uses Donchian channel and pullback. And the beauty of this strategy is that I can use it in any time frame. So I can use it in 5 minutes, 15 minutes, daily, hourly, and based on that I can trade it intraday or positional. I can also trade it on different stocks, futures, even on MCX and currency. And finally, the strategy has a great accuracy because we are able to change the stop loss. We are able to trail the stop loss to our cost price very quickly. But as usual, before we move forward, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Let's start the video. So in this strategy, I only use one indicator which is called Donchian channel, and the period that I use is 40. So now what does this Donchian channel tell you? It tells you that what is the highest price the candle has made for the last 40 candles, and the lowest price that this stock has made for the last 40 candles. So you'll get two lines on the when you add the Donchian channel. Now the first step when we're looking to take a trade is we're looking for a candle which touches the Donchian channel. Let's say it touches the upside of the Donchian channel. What that means is now this candle, the current candle, is the highest candle in the last 40 candles. That means the momentum is there. We might get a good breakout trade. But this is the best part. We will not take the entry right now. We are going to wait for our second step, which is a pullback. So how I define a pullback is I'm looking for at least 3 candles, which is making like if I'm going upside, I'm waiting for 3 red candles. So once I get my 3 red candles, that means I've got the pullback. And now the current Donchian line is my breakout line. So that is my entry price. As soon as the stock goes up again, I will take the entry. I will go for the long trade. And I will put the previous swing. As my initial stop loss. And my target will be either 1:1 or 1:2. Now comes the best part. After I've taken the entry, I will wait for 2 more candles. Once I get 2 more candles, I will shift my stop loss to my entry price. Because now, even if the stock comes down, it will hit my initial price and I will come out of the trade with no profit, no loss. But you will notice that the strategy is so good that we end up having almost 70 to 80% accuracy. So you can try it out, and let's see some examples on the laptop. So let me tell you again about the strategy. This can be done on any time frame. Basically, this is a pullback strategy and we are using Donchian channel. So generally I use a Donchian channel 40, and you can do it in any stock, index, even in MCX, currency, whatever you want. So essentially, and you can even do it in different time frames. So depending on whether you want to trade in intraday or whether you want to trade positional, you can change the time frame. So if you want to do intraday, you can probably trade on 5 minutes or 15 minutes. If you want to trade on a swing basis, you can trade it on a daily time frame or an hourly time frame. So I'll just quickly tell you what is the setup. Basically, I'm showing you Nifty here on a 15 minutes time frame, and I've added Donchian channel 40. So let me just show you the setting. So it's a normal setting of 40 length, and what it tells you is it gives us the high and the low of the previous 40 candles of the previous. So this line at the top, this tells me what is the high of the previous 40 candles, and this line tells me what is the low of the previous 40 candles. Now what we're trying to do here is we're looking for once the candle touches the high part. So once it, let's say this is the high part, right? So it has touched the high part. Then we want it to have at least 3 candles of pullback. So you can see here that it has made more than 3 candles of pullback. And now this becomes a valid trade for me. So as soon as this breaks, I will go for a buying trade. So I will go for a buying trade here. Once I've taken the entry, I'll wait for 2 more candles. So after I've got 2 more candles, I will switch my stop loss from my initially stop loss. I'll tell you the initial stop loss. The initial stop loss is the low here. So this is my initial stop loss when I've taken the entry. But once I've got the 2 candles done, I will shift my stop loss to the entry price. So that is a good part of this strategy, that as soon, almost after just 2 or 3 candles, I have already shifted my stop loss to the cost price, and then I cannot make losses, and then I can keep trailing, or I can put a 1:1 or a 1:2 kind of a target and take the trade. So let me show you another example. You can see here that this is where the high was, this was the high. So this green candle was touching the high of Donchian 40. Then I'm looking for 3 pullbacks. So these are the 3 pullbacks, more than 3 pullbacks. And then this becomes a valid level for me. I got an entry here. And once 2 candles are done, I will shift my stop loss from here all the way till here, and I can keep trading. I have also shown you another example here. You can see here that this red candle was at the high of the Donchian channel. Now I'm looking for two more candles. I've got my pullback. This is where the entry comes, and once two more candles are done, that means this candle and this candle. So after two more candles, my stop loss will be this. My stop loss will shift from this point. So this is my initial stop loss. It will shift to my entry price. So that's the best part, as I'm telling you, that just after two candles, we are able to shift our stop loss to the cost price. So now I'm showing you Bank Nifty on an hourly time frame. So let's go through the steps one by one. The first step is we are looking for the candle to touch the Donchian channel. That means it is currently on its either previous 40-day high or previous 40-day low. So all these candles are valid candles. So that's the first step. But once we get these candles, we are looking for 3 candles of pullback. So it only comes here. So this is where the pullback comes. Once we have got the pullback, so the second step is the pullback. Once we've got the second step done, now this level becomes a valid entry level for me. So here is where I'm getting entry. Once I get the entry, I put this as the stop loss, the initial stop loss. And now I'm waiting for either 1:1 target or a 1:2 target. But I will also be looking to change my stop loss. So shift my stop loss to the cost price. For that, I will look for two candles. Two candles. So this is where my two candles are done. As soon as I get these two candles, I will shift my initial stop loss to the entry price. So now I cannot lose money in this stock, in this trade, and my stop loss is it. So that's fine. So let's try to see another trade. See, if you see here, all these are valid levels. This is where it touches the Donchian channel. Then I'm looking for at least 3 candles of pullback. I've got my pullback. So this becomes a valid entry level for me. I get an entry here. So I've taken the buying entry with an initial stop loss of this. So this is a longer stop loss, a big stop loss. Once I get 2 candles, I will shift my stop loss to this and I will exit somewhere here, which is a 1:1 trade. And this I'm showing on a 1 hour time frame. Let me also show you the similar strategy on a bigger time frame. So let us see one example on even bigger time frame. So I'm showing you daily time frame this time. So our first step is we want a candle to touch the Donchian channel. This is where it touched it and it touched it again. So this becomes the latest candle. Then we are looking for the second step, which is at least 3 candles pullback. We've got the pullback now. So this becomes a valid entry point for me. I get an entry here on this candle. This is where I get the entry. My initial stop loss is this. This is my initial stop loss. I get my 2 more candles. So I will shift my stop loss to the entry price. So I cannot do loss here. Now I will trade for at least 1:1 or 1:2 and I will exit somewhere here. So I get a 1:2 profit. But now look at the beauty of this strategy. I have again got a candle which is touching the Donchian channel. I have got, okay, this is only a 2 pullback, so I will wait for it. But as soon as I get 3 pullbacks, I will take another entry and assume that there was another candle here. We would have got the 3 pullbacks. We would have taken another entry here. So this would have been a second entry. And again, we would have made profits again. So this is how, even in a trending market, since the market goes by taking pullbacks, we can keep getting entries and we can keep making profits. And this, as I showed you, is on daily time frame. That means this is more like a swing trade where we might have to hold the trade for at least 4 to 5 days. So I hope you like this strategy. We saw how Donchian channel and the pullback works very well together, and we were able to get some really good trades in both Nifty, Bank Nifty, as well as in the stock. If you like the video, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video.